What if the real millionaires aren't the ones flaunting wealth online, but your unassuming neighbor driving a 10-year-old Toyota? It's true. There's a growing class of quietly wealthy people who've built fortunes without anyone noticing. They follow a set of habits that let them grow wealth under the radar, free from social pressure. Today we're revealing the 7 key habits that set these stealth millionaires apart. This isn't about luck or get-rich-quick schemes. It's about discipline and strategy anyone can use. By the end, you'll have a practical roadmap to start building your own quiet fortune. Let's dive into the first habit. Quiet wealth starts with one fundamental rule, a principle so simple yet so powerful that it forms the bedrock of financial independence. It's about consciously choosing to spend significantly less than you earn, creating a surplus that can be channeled towards building a secure future. It sounds incredibly simple, almost too obvious, but the reality is that most people caught in the cycle of consumerism don't actually put it into practice. The quietly wealthy, on the other hand, deliberately create a substantial gap, a buffer zone between their income and their expenses, ensuring they always have more coming in than going out. They aren't necessarily cheap or stingy. Instead, they're incredibly intentional and mindful about where their money goes, making conscious choices about value. They prioritize value and long-term utility over fleeting status symbols and keeping up with the Joneses. And when their income inevitably rises, as it often does through hard work and smart decisions, they resist the urge to let their lifestyle inflate proportionally. Instead, that extra money, that surplus, goes straight to investments, fueling their future growth, not towards acquiring bigger and more burdensome bills. They understand the power of delayed gratification, driving reliable cars for years, choosing to buy homes that comfortably fit their needs and their budget, not their egos or their aspirations for social status, and they are diligent in avoiding the insidious traps of unnecessary debt, because they understand that every single dollar not spent on fleeting pleasures and unnecessary expenses is a dollar that is now actively working for them, compounding and growing over time. They pack their own lunches, saving a significant amount of money each week, brew their coffee at home, avoiding the daily expense of coffee shops, and choose to repair items whenever possible rather than immediately rushing to replace them. These seemingly small and insignificant choices, when consistently applied, add up, accumulating into huge savings and substantial wealth over the long run. They are not afraid to spend money on what truly matters to them, on experiences and things that bring them genuine joy, but they ruthlessly cut costs in all other areas, eliminating unnecessary expenses without hesitation. Their version of a rich and fulfilling life is not about impressing others with outward displays of wealth. It's about achieving true freedom, building lasting security, and living life on their own terms. Living consistently below their means is the powerful engine that drives and enables all other wealth-building habits and strategies. Without this fundamental discipline and commitment, you simply can't effectively invest for the future, build multiple income streams to diversify your earnings, or ultimately achieve true and lasting financial peace of mind. It's the critical difference between merely looking rich on the surface and actually possessing true and sustainable wealth beneath the surface. The quietly wealthy understand and embrace the fact that true and lasting wealth is often invisible to the outside world. They consciously avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation, focusing their energy and resources on acquiring appreciating assets rather than accumulating depreciating liabilities. Their financial choices are consistently driven by their long-term goals and aspirations, not by fleeting short-term desires or impulsive temptations. This fundamental habit of living below their means is the solid foundation, the cornerstone upon which they build their secure and lasting financial fortress. And it's important to remember that this isn't about deprivation or sacrifice. It's about making conscious and intentional choices, about living a life aligned with your values. And that's precisely how they quietly, steadily, and sustainably build real and lasting wealth over time. With extra cash in hand, after covering all essential expenses, the quietly wealthy don't let it sit idle. They understand the importance of putting their money to work. Instead, they invest it strategically, consistently, methodically, and often automatically, ensuring they never miss an opportunity to grow their wealth. They aren't chasing after the allure of hot stocks or the latest market craze, or dreaming of quick wins through speculative ventures. Their approach is steady and calculated, systematic, following a well-defined plan, and yes, admittedly, a little boring but incredibly effective. Every month, without fail, a predetermined set amount goes directly into broad, low-cost index funds, providing instant diversification, or ETFs, exchange-traded funds that offer a basket of investments. They stick to their plan no matter what the market's doing, whether it's soaring or plummeting. This disciplined approach, known as dollar-cost averaging, removes emotion and guesswork from the equation, ensuring rational decisions. They bet on the long-term growth and resilience of the whole economy, trusting in its ability to overcome challenges, not the unpredictable fortunes of a single stock. When markets inevitably drop, as they always do, they don't panic and sell. They recognize it as a buying opportunity, a chance to acquire more shares at a discount. Their time horizon stretches across decades, not the fleeting ups and downs of days or weeks. They understand that compound interest, the snowball effect of returns generating more returns, is their greatest ally in the long run. They avoid complex and opaque investments they don't fully understand. If they can't explain the investment simply and clearly, they don't buy it, no matter how enticing it may seem. Their strategy is elegantly simple. Automate their investments, diversify across a wide range of assets, and stay the course, resisting the urge to tinker with their portfolio. They don't need the thrill of high-risk gambles. They want consistent, reliable results over the long term. Investing for them is like planting a tree: steady care, unwavering patience, and the passage of time turns small seeds of capital into massive shade and enduring value. This seemingly boring consistency, this dedication to a long-term plan, is their secret weapon for building lasting wealth. They let their money work diligently for them, generating passive income and growth quietly and efficiently, year after year, decade after decade. No hype, no drama, no chasing fleeting trends, just steady, sustainable growth. That's how true fortunes are built, brick by brick, in the quiet solitude of consistent long-term investing. And it's a habit, a powerful routine anyone, regardless of their background or income, can start cultivating today. The quietly wealthy know their greatest asset is their mind. They're lifelong learners, always seeking new knowledge and skills. They read books on business, finance, psychology, and history, not just for fun, but to grow. They listen to podcasts, take online courses, and learn from documentaries. Education is an investment, not an expense. They stay informed about trends, technology, and opportunities others miss. They seek mentors and join mastermind groups to learn from those ahead of them. They're humble enough to ask for help and smart enough to act on good advice. This growth mindset keeps them adaptable and resilient. They challenge their own assumptions and constantly look for ways to improve. While others binge-watch TV, they invest time in building wisdom. Their knowledge helps them make better decisions and avoid costly mistakes. They know the more you learn, the more you earn. Wisdom, not just money, is what lets them build and keep their fortune. That's the quietly wealthy advantage. The quietly wealthy never rely. They understand the inherent risks of depending solely on just one income source. It's a precarious position to be in, placing all your financial well-being on a single point of failure. They know a single paycheck is fragile, vulnerable to economic shifts, company decisions, or even unforeseen personal circumstances. So they diversify. They spread their risk across multiple avenues, creating a safety net that protects them from unexpected financial hardship. Their main job is just one fishing line. It's their primary source of income, but it's not the only one. They set up others' investments carefully chosen to generate returns and grow their wealth over time. Real estate, providing both rental income and the potential for long-term appreciation. Side businesses. These ventures not only generate additional income, but also allow them to explore their passions and develop new skills. Dividends and interest provide passive cash flow, income that requires minimal effort to maintain, covering expenses even when they're not working. This is the ultimate goal, to create a financial system that works for them, not the other way around. Rental properties bring steady income and long-term appreciation. It's a tangible asset that can provide both immediate and future financial benefits. Side hustles, consulting, freelancing, offering their expertise and skills to clients on a project basis. Online businesses add more streams and skills. Each new venture expands their capabilities and diversifies their income portfolio. Each stream is independent, so if one falters due to market changes or unforeseen circumstances, others keep flowing. This built-in redundancy provides a crucial layer of financial protection. This diversification creates true financial security. It's not about getting rich quick, it's about building a sustainable financial foundation that can withstand the test of time. Building multiple streams takes time and effort. It requires dedication, discipline, and a willingness to learn and adapt. But they start small and scale up. They don't try to do everything at once. They focus on building one stream at a time, gradually expanding their income portfolio. Over years, they weave a web of income that makes them resilient and free. It's a financial fortress built on diversification and smart financial planning. They're not dependent on a boss. They're the CEO of their own financial life. They take control of their financial destiny, making informed decisions and building a future of financial independence. The key is patience. Build one stream, then use its cash flow to start the next. It's a compounding effect where each stream fuels the growth of the others. Their income isn't tied to one industry or market. They diversify across different sectors, reducing their exposure to any single economic downturn. If one area struggles, others cushion the blow. This creates a financial buffer that protects them from unexpected losses. This strategy accelerates wealth and reduces risk. It's a win-win situation that allows them to build wealth while minimizing their exposure to financial uncertainty. It's a powerful habit anyone can adopt, regardless of their current income or financial situation. One stream at a time. The key is to start, even if it's just with a small side hustle or a modest investment. Multiple incomes mean multiple opportunities. And true peace of mind. Knowing that you're not solely reliant on a single source of income provides a sense of security and control over your financial future. That's how the quietly wealthy stay wealthy. They understand the power of diversification and the importance of building multiple streams of income to create a secure and prosperous future. In a world of instant everything, the quietly wealthy excel at waiting for bigger rewards. They resist the urge for quick pleasure, choosing long-term freedom over short-term thrills. When they get a bonus, they invest it instead of splurging. They save up for big purchases, paying cash instead of taking on debt. This discipline saves them money and makes every purchase intentional. They visualize their future selves and make choices their future will thank them for. They don't chase fads or get swept up in hype. When others panic or overspend, they stay calm and stick to their plan. Delayed gratification is a muscle they've built over years. It's not about denying pleasure, it's about prioritizing freedom. They play the long game, thinking 10 moves ahead. This foresight keeps them out of financial traps. Patience and discipline are their superpowers. That's how they quietly build lasting wealth. The quietly wealthy are intentional about who they spend time with. They surround themselves with driven, positive people who inspire and challenge them. Their conversations focus on ideas, growth, and opportunity, not gossip or complaints. They join groups, attend meetups, and seek out mentors who've achieved what they want. They set boundaries with negative or financially reckless people, even if it's hard. Their network is small but deep quality over quantity. They value authentic, mutually beneficial relationships. Mentors provide guidance and help them avoid mistakes. Their inner circle lifts them higher and keeps them accountable. They know your environment shapes your habits and success. They build a tribe that supports their goals. Their network is their net worth in knowledge, support, and opportunity. That's the quietly wealthy way. The defining habit of the quietly wealthy. They keep their wealth private. They don't flaunt success. They value privacy and security. Flashy displays attract attention, risk, and awkwardness in relationships. By living modestly, they avoid jealousy and keep friendships authentic. They raise grounded kids by modeling humility, not extravagance. Their self-worth isn't tied to brands or status symbols. They drive reliable cars, live in comfortable homes, and spend for utility, not show. They enjoy their wealth through freedom and experiences, not public display. Stealth wealth protects their peace of mind and family. They have nothing to prove. Their confidence comes from within. The goal isn't to impress others, but to buy freedom from worry, from pressure, from expectations. They fiercely protect this freedom by keeping it quiet. True wealth is invisible, and that's by design. That's the ultimate power move. There you have it. The 7 habits of the quietly wealthy. It's not about flash, but discipline, patience, and vision. Every one of these habits is within your reach. The journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Small choices compound into big results. You have the roadmap. Will you take the first step? Which habit surprised you most or feels hardest to start? Share in the comments. If you found this valuable, hit like, share, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.